Heartbreakers that have fallen from the life I once knew. In the darkness I'm calling right through to you. In the darkness I'm falling like mangled mail in the pouring rain. And the soul keeps on calling on what has been done. And it's been a long journey, day and night from dusk to dawn. All the negative filters and the people pressure is gone. And
what I'd hope to come out of this film is people really understanding and valuing people's lived experience, valuing their journey through mental distress, valuing their journey through the justice system. To listen to people, to take a little bit of time out to ask the why question, why are you here, and what's going on for you.
It was almost just like we weren't part of society anymore. I'd made that jump from a law-abiding citizen, as it were, to convict in the blink of an eye. I had a car accident and subsequently, came to know the criminal justice system.
I was 15 years old. I was incarcerated on December the 22nd, 1972 for 2 years and sent to an adult prison for stealing food. The mental health was overrun. It was like, more or less like an asylum at times, and it was like a light switch speed when somebody could kick off. I seen people getting battered, boiling water thrown over them, and I had nightmares about it.
I was only 17 at the time when I first became homeless, and to go into any homeless shelters, you have to be 18 or over. So I was on the streets from 17. I actually went into hospital with hypothermia.
Even though I was in the mental health system from a very early age, I mean, I had child psychiatrists because of the violence at school. I then obviously had psychiatrists when I was sectioned for the 8 months. And then after I was let out of care, nothing. You know, there was no backup. When I was arrested, there was like no realising, well, really this young adult is not behaving correctly. You know, what's causing this?
I remember being very, very paranoid, and the tiles on the wall were like the tiles of a swimming pool. And I had this delusion that I was going to drown.
I've been in contact with both the ambulance service and the police various times and various different reasons. It's normally all been around me trying to end my own life. I've been arrested, I've been given a Section 136 under the Mental Health Act.
Up to like a few years ago, I was constantly getting picked up by police for being drunk. I just used to get picked up, released. I got sent back to wherever I was staying at the time. I did see the mental health team. They were sat in 3 chairs opposite me, and I was sat at one end of the room. They were at the other with the big pad and the pen, and they were asking me questions. And I did at one point say, when they said, do you want to harm yourself? And I said, I want to kill myself. And that was all like by the by. It was all like they didn't want to know.
I didn't actually go into prison, but I got very, very close to going into prison. My experience with the police and all that, I was just treated like a black, junkie, madwoman. All those names, I felt I deserved it.
They gave me the 5 years visa as a refugee. From the day I came to this country, I was involved with the mental health system. Lots of psychologists, the first question, are you harming yourself? But you know, it's really difficult to explain to them. I was studying at university, I was playing football as a professional, but I just destroyed my life. Always I'm just blaming on myself, because if I wouldn't be in that demonstration, I wouldn't be here.
I was on bail for 2 years. I went grey. I was about 6.5 stone wet through, but that bust that day, that was the beginning of the rest of my life, because from that day forth, I thought, I'm not taking heroin no more, I'm going to get my life back together. I even got praise off the judge because I'd turned my life around in them 2 years, like proper. And I walked out of court with no probation, no fine, no nothing. I've never looked back, ever.
It's helped me quite a lot knowing that there's someone there when I need them, sort of thing, just to even to help me out on basic things, and knowing that no one's judging you, they're just there to support you. It's the simple things sometimes that are, you know, life changes.
Put like a happy memory box together, and that does help a lot. And if I'm on a down day, I'll get the box out and look at all this stuff, and it reminds me that good things do happen. It isn't all doom and gloom, and it isn't all bad. I'm starting to get to the stage I do feel proud of what I've done.
The probation officer, when I was in the prison, said to me, by the time you're 25, you'll be in for murder. And I said, no, I won't. And she went, yes, you will. She said, you're going nowhere. The only place you're coming is back to prison. I'll be seeing you for murder. And that put in my head, I'm not going back to prison and I'm not going to murder anybody. From life's compassion, I slip and I slide. But the world is a crazy roller coaster ride.
I think the first time round, when I was arrested, to have had an intervention by someone who understands mental health conditions would have made all the difference. And I think my delusions would have been a less frightening experience.
I've learnt how to deal with the bad days, and how to. I've learnt breathing techniques. I've learnt reflections, and we talk about mindfulness, and we talk about different sections of skills of how to cope in a crisis, and it's really helped me.
It was from being in rehab that I started to form this whole idea of getting into this sort of work and helping others. I started this role the 8th of January 2018, and the whole role is about recruiting, inducting and supervising peer supporters in this new project that Together has embarked on. Peer support is good because it is real. The peer supporter is a person who has been there, has done that. They will not judge you. But it's all up to us now, 'cause it's not about the blame.
I work with the homeless people as well. I've done one-to-one jobs here through art with some of the clients who come to Together. I've also been a tutor for creative writing, poetry and art, and worked in various organisations that I actually went through, and I wrote the book without going to a writing class because it had been in my mind, it played in my mind, the injustice of it all.
People should feel confident in sharing their stories because it could help support someone else on their journey and also part of the healing process. If you need help, don't be afraid to stand up and say, I'm struggling and I need a bit of help and this is what I think could help me.
I've become a boxer, going down to gym and boxing, having fights. And from there I thought, I've done a training course to be a coach, level 1, I've passed that. My life's done a U-turn. I'm happy, I clean, I cook, I go out.
When I'm talking about my future, I can say I get in the light to live. Maybe tiny light in a big dark tunnel. I wish I have this kind of light in my life more and more.
The main thing I want to do is, hopefully if there is a career with peer support, I would like to do that sort of thing. And eventually I would like to come off benefits and have my own career.
It meant so much to me. I would volunteer for a charity, but I never did because I didn't want to see on my DBS that I had been cautioned. Volunteering with Together has made a huge impact on my sense of well-being. It allows me to take my experiences, some of which have been very negative, and use them constructively to help other people, to make something positive out of it.
I feel as if I have come through a storm and I'm in a safe port at the moment, and I do feel really empowered. Today I'm in a good place. Today I can walk into a police station with my badge on. I can walk in now on the other side.
It takes a long time to get better, but I accept that and I understand that. I don't expect it to be overnight and everything's going to be hunky-dory because it's not. And I know I'm going to have ups and downs, but I do understand that. So I try, when I have my down days, I try think positive and just be true to myself, really.
I see myself today as an artist, author, singer-songwriter, a mother and a survivor.
Got a one-way ticket.